Welcome into CHGO Bets Daily, presented by PointsBet. Use promo code CHGO to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. Welcome into CHGO Bets Daily here in Studio B of the CHGO Studios. I'm your host, Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Alongside me, as always, is Cody Delmendo, my co-host. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. We are being produced today by the Law Dog. Hoo, 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 hoo.
What's up, y'all?
Hi, Lawrence.
Hi, Lawrence.
You have a good night, Lawrence?
Hey, man. You know what helped me last night was waiting to bet the Duke game until they were down 10-2, and then I got plus money line odds on them.
Oh, look at you.
Hit the floor. Let's go.
That's smart.
Let's go, Dukies. Ugh.
Thing
that's
is
a great
I
play.
did the same thing, plus bet it before the game. So
Yes.
You doubled
I got to
down.
be
I
honest.
doubled down.
The Coach K narrative, it's just the train is rolling.
Yep.
It's just,
I'm telling you, I will say
stop.
this much. I don't think Coach K paid the refs last night because there weren't a lot of fouls in that game. So
I don't
will
think
give
he's ever
Coach K
paid the
credit
refs.
this one time.
You know what? He's so next level sneaky. He paid the refs in the Gonzaga game to get Holmgren fouled out, so that they got knocked out. Now
Perhaps
now they get to play Arkansas.
Tinfoil hat. Where's my tinfoil?
Oh, no.
hat?
I saw
it's not
plus
tinfoil,
10.
yeah.
I saw a plus 10 Arkansas, and I was like, that seems too high. And even if I was
did
going to tease
too.
it, I probably would have teased it down and got a better
Yeah.
odds.
Yeah.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. I'm broke. So shout out to Jabari. That's the main story, is that Cody is a lock. Cody, you're red hot, dude. Let's go into are you up and are you down? Let's check out the bank. Let's look at our records. We started
we
this
have
whole
to?
shindig. No, we don't have to.
Yeah,
but
let's do it. Let's do it.
On March 7th, we started this whole shindig. I put in $50 into the bank. Cody did as well. I'm at $0 now, as you can see if you're watching. Busted. And Cody, you're up to $112, my friend. That's
Dude, finally surpassed $100. I got really close. I hit over $90 a couple times, but last night was God. I love March Madness, folks. Love it.
a tale of two bank accounts. You are kicking my ass in this game. We can now update it. My bank is up to what, Cody?
$7.
$7.
Woo!
I put in a deposit.
Sean's on his way to 60, so he can get over, like back to leveling water. Right? Is that
Yeah.
what we're?
I appreciate that you decided to rebuy, even though it was for $7.
At least he deposited
But
something.
my thought for this is, what made you change your mind?
About what?
Adding money, because I know, like,
Oh,
you've
because
been
I'm
saying-
out. Because I didn't have any.
You were out on Wednesday as well.
No, but I didn't have any futures bet to uncash. I am truly out. I have my back wasn't up against the wall because I had some way out. My back was now up against the wall because I was flat broke, Lawrence. There was no future bets to uncash. There was
But
no.
now you have a $7 future.
I could have cashed out the Texas Tech bet, but it only would have gave me a penny. And that, the minimum bet's 10 cents on points bet. So I didn't have any way out. I just had to accept my broke ass fate. So that's where we're living. We don't
That's
even.
fine. Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be back in the graces of having money.
I feel now, and this has happened to me many times. Believe me, I have had to redeposit many times. When you redeposit, it takes less pressure off to hit one. So even though it's only $7, you're headed upwards.
Newman in 30 said Cody would be proud, won a $100 parlay in the second round.
Woo!
Shout
out Kyle. That's
was-
a buddy I went to high school with.
What's up, Kyle? Kyle, what was the parlay hit?
I would love to know the parlay, bro.
Let's go. So let's go into our records here. I'm 0-2.
You know what? Yeah, I'm not doing that full
fine.
screen anymore, but
All right, well.
feel free to talk about it.
I was 0-2 last night. Cody, what were you?
4-0, baby.
What are you in your last 20?
17-3.
That's insane.
It is insane.
Is this like your best run of your life?
Best run of my life, at least in the last 3 months. I don't get it.
When you're on a run like this, do you feel like when it's gonna end, or does it just end abruptly?
I feel like it ends abruptly. That's
So
why
tonight's the night.
Yeah, I don't know. Perhaps.
Don't put that on him.
Hey, I'm a pessimist who's lost all their money.
Don't give me that energy, but like,
Come on, bro.
it comes and goes. Like I was telling Lawrence before we launched here at CHGO, I won $1,700 on a $40 free bet parlay that I did, and then lost almost probably half of it in a matter of a month
guy.
after that.
This is a high five, by the way, because that's a my guy right
That was
there.
probably my greatest
You
win
lost
of ever.
1,700 bets. There's $1,700. Why didn't you put
He
that
said
immediately
half.
in your
He
bank
said
account?
half.
I did withdraw some of it.
Okay, all right. Because my goal right now with the bank is like I'm at 7. I need to get to 50, and then I need to get to 100 so I could take out 50 and put it back in my bank account. I need to make up my ground here. You are in such a good
I
spot.
think we
right
need to worry about getting you to 10 before we think about
Right.
50
Yeah. No, I need to hit more milestones. That's my big issue. I see the big picture and I don't see the little baby steps. So I'm trying to bet my way to 50 tonight instead of betting to 10.
I think the best part of this ride that I've been on is that really there hasn't been any big sweats. I think the biggest sweat that I've had during this stretch was Villanova -5 last night, and I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that there was much more on the line. And that was getting murdered by Michigan fans.
Ratioed.
Getting ratioed on Twitter if Michigan would have covered or hell even won outright.
Well, I was going to say, what were your thoughts when that 3-pointer went up with 2 seconds left?
with
Michigan?
where if it would have gone in, they would have pushed.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, no, like thinking that, but I wasn't like screaming it because it's like if they push, then it's like no one wins or loses. Everyone just gets their money back.
It's not a bad beat, but I was sitting there going, thinking of you because I was like, no. Oh,
I appreciate you thinking of me, Lauren.
That's the closest sweat you've had, though, because watching you watch games, it feels like you're sweating through every single moment, every single dribble, every single shot. It'd be 10 minutes in the first half, and Cody's like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Purdue sucks. They can't score a basket." Like you get so intense. So I'm surprised that was the toughest one that you sweat out.
I go through these small little stretches. Like last night during the Duke game, I will admit that I was a little on edge in the first half in the Duke Texas Tech game because it was
Texas Tech was up at half.
It was clear that Duke was the better team on the floor last night against Texas Tech, but their defense wasn't stopping Texas Tech, which is already a bad offensive team.
Also, they shot 11 of 30 in the first half.
Right. Then the second half happened, and yes. So
your buddy Kyle put his parlay.
Texas Tech. I don't know. Well, how can that can't be right, man? Because Texas Tech and Duke played.
No, this was the second round, my man. This is the second round.
In the second round.
Yeah.
My bad.
So
Nice.
he put Texas Tech, Purdue, Nova, Duke, Arizona, Iowa State, Houston, and Michigan in a parlay and won $100 on that parlay. That's sick.
I love it.
That's good.
Absolutely
And he
love
apparently has video proof of your intensity.
Yeah.
Any idea what that's for?
It probably was. So I was with him the night the Cubs won the World Series.
Oh,
he's a
okay.
Cardinals fan, but he was being nice during that night. I'll give him that. I will always remember.
Thanks, Kyle.
That. Yeah, I went on a fucking bender, I guess you could say, in terms of intensity. After they got that final out.
I mean, I love a good intensity bender. Those are nice.
What is that the
I thought you
most
meant
intense?
some other kind of bender, but that's fine.
I mean, he did this Facebook Live video of me just screaming at anyone who's ever slandered the Cubs to me. It was like I was being
I can't
emphatically
imagine.
petty. I've never been more petty in my life than that night.
Knowing him, I can't imagine what that's like. You probably had a list of names, and you've been thinking about that for months.
Oh, years.
Slept on the couch covered by his W flag.
Yes.
Oh, Cody, come on. Oh, boy. Is that the most intense you've ever been watching a game?
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's the greatest game I've ever watched in terms of just for a team that I like. Illinois, Arizona in 2005 is a close second.
And not trying to be rude here, but that Raja Davis moment when he hit that home run, I was so excited. I was like, just if this is how the Cubs don't win the World Series. Dude, it's Raja Davis hitting a home run off Aroldis Chapman. That is baseball history. That is that's Jeff Blum. That's Tom Lawless in 1987.
Oh, shout out to someone who you don't have any idea who he is because you were born 20 years later.
The only reason I know Tom Lawless is because he has the swaggiest bat flip in the history of the World Series. That dude hit one home run in his career. He's in Game 3, 4th inning, 2 runners on, and he cracks one at the Metrodome and just walks down like he's Barry Bonds hitting 600. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen. It's better than Jose Bautista because he's in Minnesota and makes the whole crowd go silent. And Al Michaels like, get a load of this fucking guy.
That series was amazing, by the way, as someone who is old and lived through it. It was awesome.
That wasn't the Jack
87.
Morris year, right? The Jack
I
Morris year was
thinking
91.
Was that 90? That was 91. Yes, that was the two worst of first teams.
Born in
Braves and
91.
Twins. that one was amazing, but 87 also. I mean, the Twins in the old roller dome, the baggy,
Right.
Kirby Puckett. Oof, loved that team back when I was a kid.
What's the most intense game you've ever watched, Lawrence? Because
The
he
most
says
intense?
2016. He says 2016 Cubs. I was unfortunately a big Tom Brady fan, so the 28-3 game was probably the most intense game I've ever watched. What's the most intense game you've ever watched?
Man, I think it's got to be something from the Blackhawks run, and
That Seabrook goal?
That one was
17
awesome.
seconds too.
17 seconds was amazing. I mean, honestly, there's so many moments. Like, I know that there have been many lists done about this. I was at the 2013 Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals, which is Boston triple overtime game, and we were in the very last row of the United Center. Actually, it was the second to last row, way up in the 300 level. What's the first thing I did when we got there? I set my beer down in between my feet, just to take off my coat or whatever. And there's a weird rubber seam there. Spilled a full beer. I'm already $12 in the hole. So, but hey,
The Hawks won.
6 hours later, the Hawks win. And
There you go.
I believe another 20 hours later, I went to Vegas for my bachelor party. So that was fun.
Nice.
Shout out to my bachelor party.
It's a good
I
weekend.
mean, as far as teams that I like, yeah, that 2016 team, but in Game 7 specifically. But I mean, as far as overall games, there's a shit ton, man. I don't even know if I could give you one.
No,
in
I mean
particular.
2016 Cubs makes sense. Yeah, I mean you got your guy Newman saying Illinois, Arizona in 05, no question.
Hello,
We're
Newman.
down double digits with 5 or 6 minutes to go. Come
Bill
all the way
Murray
back.
there. That game was amazing.
Yeah, Bill Murray was there. That's a game that whenever Illinois, before the last 3 years, when I needed something to feel good about Illinois, I would just pull up YouTube and just play the highlights of that game because it was one of the greatest games I've ever watched.
And I want to pull up Charlie Ruby's comment there. He's commented on the Duke-Texas Tech game. Their offense was terrible in the first half, and they were only down 4 at half. When Duke got it down to 4 at half, I knew it was over. Duke was too much to handle for Texas Tech. You brought this up, and I mentioned it watching that Michigan State game. At times, it just felt like Duke had an answer for every single thing Michigan State was doing, and it was Michigan State was putting all the effort in the world, and then it was Duke would walk down and be boop, bucket.
Yeah.
And that's
Charo
and
and Roach, they're just insane.
That's
and
a scary.
Williams, too.
Williams, I mean, those three, I think they could win a national championship watching those three
plus
play.
1,300 future bets looking real
I
good
know.
for me right
Plus
now.
1,300. Why didn't I take that? Why did I take Baylor and
Why did I
other
take Texas
stupid
Tech?
teams?
They had to face
Got to
Duke.
ride with the narrative, man.
Dude,
Gotta
we're
ride with the
we're
narrative.
on the narrative train, and it is just not going to stop. I have a bad feeling about it.
And Cody's been riding the narrative train. He's been winning a ton of money. You've also won a ton of money for other people, right?
Yes. Shout out to my guy, Matt Peck. He's from
Let's
the
go,
CHGO
Pack.
CHGO Bulls host. Shout out to him and Big Dave. Matt he parlayed my picks last night and won $69, which is very nice.
Nice.
Congrats to him. Yeah, man, no. And he did it on PointsBet, which is the best sports book out there, I would say.
Oh, it is the best sports book out there, and the best way to support CHGO is to download the PointsBet app and use code CHGO when you sign up. If you do that right now, you get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. But that's not it. If you make a $50 or more first-time deposit, you'll receive a free CHGO membership, which unlocks all of our web content, and you'll even get a free shirt of your choice from the CHGO Locker. That's $2,000 in free bets, a free CHGO membership, and a free t-shirt from the CHGO Locker, all for making a first-time deposit of $50 or more at PointsBet. If you have any questions, you can email pointsbet@allchgo.com and we'll help you out. Matt Peck didn't hit a live college basketball same-game parlay, but for the first time ever, you can build the perfect live same-game parlay only with PointsBet. When you're watching the college basketball games tonight, you can put together your perfect parlay. And Cody and I and Lawrence and I and me, Cody and Lawrence and I, and our favorite feature of the PointsBet app is the odds boost. You can boost your odds once on a live same-game parlay.
That boost.
On a teaser. You could boost your odds and win more money. That's what PointsBet wants to help you do. You can watch live, parlay live, and boost live with PointsBet. An online sign-up is available in Illinois. You can download the PointsBet app right now and register your account from start to finish, all from your phone. Plus, during PointsBet's Match Madness, all users can earn up to $100 in free bets during each round. Just place a $50 pregame wager and get a free $20 live bet to be used for that round. And they had a nice little banner on there. It was like, make a $50 wager, get a free $20 bet. And they knew that I was depositing money too. And I was like, could put $50 down.
You honestly really should.
Could bet it on the Miami money line. Could get a free $20 bet. Could just bet it on Iowa State. But, that you could do that during PointsBet's Match Madness. You could do that.
Good.
I didn't do that. I put only $7 down. But if you want to do that, use code CHGO. So what are you waiting for? Once the game starts, don't just bet. Live your bet life with PointsBet. Gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700.
That was
Dude, that's supreme.
that was supreme.
Great at that.
I were telling Cody about this. My mom's worried that I'm going to develop a gambling problem doing the show. And I was like, don't worry.
No, it's fine.
Don't worry, Mom.
fine.
I know the gambling hotline
All right,
by heart.
Let's just, Sean's mom, I just want to let you know that CHGO is a family, we're a community, and we're not going to let your son develop a gambling problem. That's all.
He looked straight into the camera.
You could trust that face. You
Hell
could trust
yeah.
that hair. You could trust that beard.
I mean, the Friday flow is definitely, it's out there today.
How long you been rocking that, Lawrence?
Well, this is the pandemic. The world is ending, so I'm just not going to get my hair cut anymore. Look that I've stuck with, and then I
That's
wish
2 years.
I'll say this: I actually had a haircut where my girl Amber, love her, shout out Twisted Scissors in Logan Square.
Shout out.
She was like, I kind of like it long. Let's just clean it up a little bit. I got home and it's like the same length. I'm like, wait, what? And I was a little disappointed, but then I was like, whatever, we're rocking the flow.
You're rocking it.
So
dude.
yeah, I'm rocking it. It's out there,
it
and I'm
looks sick.
loving every minute of it. But I also feel like I need a haircut. And if I had time between this job and my last job, I probably would have done it. But I got to figure out what I'm
this
doing.
is not. I hate to bring this up, but because we're talking about what you look like right now, Lawrence.
Oh no, you're gonna say
my
it?
good friend and co-host on the Cubs show, Luke Stuckmeyer. He showed me a picture of Aaron Rodgers wearing a hat.
Yeah.
And like
I'm immunized.
especially with the long
Yeah.
hair that he's rocking right now. Like it's there, man.
Yeah,
Like, hey,
you have a very similar beard and hair style to
Well,
Rodgers.
You know what? Up until about 6 months ago, I was like, that's fine. I'm cool with that. You know,
Up
I'd heard
until
it
about 6
occasionally.
months ago,
I've definitely
yeah.
heard it a lot more as he's become an immunized moron, but I'll just leave it there.
Yeah, the only issue is that like Rodgers is what, like 6'4", and like
Yeah.
Lawrence what,
Is
5'10",
What are
5'11"?
you talking? I'm like in this tiny circle that I'm in.
You're huge.
I'm,
You're a giant.
I'm 6'4". Yeah, I can sling a football.
And
You
you're-
know, I don't need
you're
Devontae Adams. It's all good.
Your guy Newman saying it's not gambling if you keep winning, right?
Exactly.
Right? Well, Cody keeps winning. I have to put in more money, so I think that's why my mom's worried.
All right, let's get to. Speaking of gambling, let's get to it. We don't need to talk about my hair.
Absolutely.
That's
Let's
way too
jump
much hair
into
talk.
it. We got a lot of different ways to tell you about our bets. First up, Cody, you got a same game parlay?
It's not a same gamer, but I do have a parlay.
Okay.
All right.
Got a money line parlay?
We're riding with college basketball, guys. Like I said earlier, 17-3 in my last 20 March Madness bets. So we're starting with St. Peter's and Purdue. Today is National Peacock Day, I read on the internet.
No, it's not.
I swear to you, the internet will tell you that it is National Peacock Day. And that's why I'm taking the over 133.5 on Purdue and St. Peter's as the first leg. Then I like UCLA -2.5. It's part of my big three. We'll get to more of that later. And also Miami -3. That's also part of my big three. So also get to that later. But comes out to +611. Use the boost, PointsBet boost. You get it at +675. $5 will win you $38. So yeah, I like, because of it being National Peacock Day, I just could not help myself, and I had to take the over on this game. The Peacocks are going to put up 70 points
Okay,
today.
I was gonna say you're not really betting on St. Peter's in any way there, except for saying they're gonna score points.
Well,
They're
okay,
gonna score enough
so
points.
I'll just be honest. I did dabble on St. Peter's +13. It's not something I'm putting out there for telling people to do, but just for the sake of the fact that it is National Peacock
It's
Day,
narrative bet.
I have to
Narrative.
I have to dabble.
It's a
little
Cody
bit.
narrative.
So, and again, narratives are a thing in March Madness, my friend.
And you're not the only person to mention this to me. A different group chat brought it up. So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's on people's minds. So, which makes me psyched out a little bit. Like, it is a narrative bet. It's National Peacock Day. But then is everybody buying in too much, right? Like, am I a sellout if I go into National Peacock Day and bet on the St. Peter's Peacocks?
Dude, you got $7. You could do whatever you want.
I do have $7. Let's tell you how I'm going to spend that $7. So recap your same game before we move on.
We're taking the over on Purdue and St. Peter's.
Boom.
Taking UCLA -2.5, and then we're taking Miami -3.
All right, thank you very much. And how much you putting down for that?
$5.
All right,
win 38.
And he boosted those odds too. You
Yes.
can boost your odds
Boost!
on PointsBet. And I boosted my odds on Teaser Town. I'm taking the St. Peter's Peacocks like you are, plus 18.5. I do think that they'll keep it close. I don't think that they'll get blown out, but
Yeah.
18's hopefully enough of a coverage there. I don't think they'll have enough offense to win the game, but I think they'll have enough to keep up with the team.
Purdue's
So.
defense isn't exactly great, even
Right.
though like they're
it's
very
terrible.
much outsizing.
It's
St.
terrible.
Well, and especially if they get like a 10-point lead or like a 12-point lead, 15-point lead, like the Peacocks have nothing to lose. So like I don't think that they're ever going to give up in this game. So I think that you might see some more lax defense from Purdue. So hopefully it's not a blowout. It just might be like a 10-point victory for Purdue here. Yeah. I'm also taking the Kansas Jayhawks -1.5. I think that they will beat Providence. I just want to get the lowest possible margin ever because I'm trying to win these damn bets. North Carolina, I'm taking them +5.5. I think they will win tonight against UCLA, but give me that cushion of 5.5 points. And then I'll take Miami +1.5. I also think that they're going to win. We'll get into that in my big three, but +1.5. Again, I love a cushion. So we're taking Miami +1.5, UNC +5.5, Kansas City -1.5, and St. Peter's +18.5. We're boosting those odds from
Boost.
375 to 413. Dollar down gets you $5.14. Cody,
I actually really like that.
thanks, man.
Last time I really liked your teaser, it hit too. So
Oh yeah,
good vibes. Good vibes.
Good vibes. What's your big three, baby?
My big three. All right. So we already said UCLA -2.5. I'm sorry. I know you think that UNC is going to win, but I don't. I think in the
UCLA has not impressed me once in this tournament.
I will agree. Though in I think it was the second game, they blew out who they played. I can't remember who they played, but it was a blowout that they had.
Was it Richmond?
No, it wasn't Richmond. I don't want to say it was Richmond. But either way, I like UCLA -2.5. And the reason being is because they are an experienced team. Johnny Juzang. St. Mary's, that's who they beat, yeah.
72-56, but that game was like close until like the final minutes, and then it kind of got separated there.
I guess you could say that. But again, UCLA has the experience. They were in the Final Four last year, and UNC, while playing very well right now, they do not have the experience that a team like UCLA has. And I feel like once you get out of that first weekend, it comes down to whether your team's playing well and also if you have experience. Now, that narrative did not go well for Texas Tech last night. I will say that much. But I feel like UCLA and UNC are very similar teams. Both like to get up and down the floor and score a lot of points, in my opinion. So that's why I like the over. So if you don't like UCLA -2.5, I do like the over. And I think there are going to be points in this game. It will be fun. There's nothing better than watching teenagers put the ball in the basket. All right, and then finally, Miami -3. Iowa State. Okay. God, I love the Big Ten, but man, were they overrated. Just like I was right about Villanova -5 last night. The Big Ten
Congrats on that.
was one of the most overrated conferences this year, and that is why I took Villanova last night, because Michigan didn't deserve to get in there. And then the other thing is they put Wisconsin as a 3 seed. That team was Johnny Davis and a bunch of future insurance workers. I'm sorry.
Tell them.
Probably insurance workers who were going to go and work for American Family because they're in Wisconsin. Like, the fact that Iowa State, the fact that Iowa State beat them did not surprise me. I took Iowa State +4.5 against Wisconsin. I almost dabbled on the money line. But now they have to face Miami, who's coming off a win over Auburn.
Mm-hmm. Big one.
And Miami, who, while the ACC was down this year, The ACC has been very good in the tournament.
Well, the ACC has been overlooked. Like ND was
For sure.
11 seed. They shouldn't have been an 11 seed.
They shouldn't have been.
So
I agree.
Yeah, I agree with you, and that's why I do like Miami. Glad to see it's on your big three. You've been winning a lot of money. I need to win a lot of money.
This one.
So I'm riding with you in my big three. I'm taking just Miami money line. I'm on. I don't need the points. Just give me the win.
Just want to win.
I'll take their money line minus 160. I think that the ACC has been overlooked. It's a reason why I'm going to be riding with UNC tonight as well. But Miami they don't turn the ball over. A lot of good veteran guard play. They don't turn the ball over. That leads to a lot of victories in the NCAA tournament. That's a very good formula for them to get to the Elite Eight, to get to the Final Four. I do like Miami, and if they continue to show that good guard play, low turnovers, I think I might just keep rolling with them. I think I might keep betting them until they lose. So I'm going to go with Miami. UNC's been the best team in college basketball since January 24th. They have, I think, 4 losses. They've been dominant. They've beaten Duke. They've just absolutely rolled Baylor. Not rolled them, but they beat Baylor. They had a big lead at one point. I do think that UNC, especially plus money, you know how much you love plus money.
I do love the plus money.
I do think that UNC is going to win. So plus 125 is
it's going to be a good one.
Way too tempting. So I'm going to take that. I need the money too. That'll pay out $450. That's a nice chunk making back my money there.
$4.
So I like North Carolina, and then the other one I like the Detroit Pistons tonight. They're going up against the Washington Wizards. Cade Cunningham in wins has scored 16.9 points for the Detroit Pistons. And since the All-Star break, he's been averaging 21 points per game. I think that Detroit can win tonight. I think that they're pretty overlooked. And I don't think that Washington will be able to keep up with Detroit in Detroit Rock City. So let's go Cade Cunningham and let's go Pistons. I'm riding with them. Cunningham plus 15 points, Detroit money line, minus 131, betting $2 to win 171.
I mean, we're against each other on UNC and Duke, or not Duke, but UCLA. But again, love Miami tonight, and Cade Cunningham. Someone's got to score points for the Pistons, right?
Oh yeah.
So I'm honestly surprised
like
you're taking UCLA.
Well, to be honest, I came in today thinking I was going to take UNC, and then I felt like,
you're wearing the shoes too.
You're
wearing the university blue.
I am. But I've been riding UNC. Honestly,
for a while.
Not even just the NCAA tournament, but even in the ACC tournament, they are playing very well. I feel like UCLA is going to, in the end, find a way to win this. And as we saw against Baylor, if they don't have, if some guy fouls out or something happens, especially if Brady Manick gets in foul trouble or something like that.
Or elbows a guy in the head.
Yeah. That is bad news for UNC. I just don't feel the same way about that with UCLA. So Charlie has a comment. He says, Caleb Love is due for another big game after scoring 30 points in 20 minutes against Marquette. He followed that up with a 5-point game against Baylor. I got UNC, especially if Jamie Jaquez doesn't play. Sorry, I didn't know his name. Okay. The spread's 2.5. I think anything can happen. We got the battle of two blue bloods here.
Yeah.
I just like Mick Cronin more than I do Hubert Davis.
I don't think Hubert Davis has had enough time to show you who he is as a coach. I mean, this is his first year, and the fact that they've been rolling like they are gives me a lot of confidence in UNC.
Charlie's also got a narrative bet in the second game here in
Chicago.
Charlie Moore
going to steamroll Iowa State. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, so shout out to Charlie. Yeah. You're making me feel confident.
Miami minus 3, baby. We're all riding tonight.
But with UNC, I don't know. You mentioned UCLA having experience, and I don't know if experience truly does matter in the tournament, because I think experience can also psych you out. UNC is expected to win. UNC went to the Final Four. Or UCLA went to the Final Four. They're expected to win, but UNC has truly no expectations.
Yeah, they're playing with house money for sure.
They're an 8 seed. The pressure isn't on them.
It's a rare season where there really is no pressure.
So I'm down with UNC tonight. You plus money. I'm always going to take it. So I'm excited for that. And we got Natalie chiming in, new producer here at CHGO, saying once a blue demon, always a blue demon. And I've never been a blue demon.
Charlie Moore.
Oh,
I don't know many blue demons. I just know that's Quentin Richardson.
You guys you missed what Charlie said. Charlie Moore is a former blue demon. He's now at Miami. You don't remember Charlie Moore at DePaul when they were 2-19 or something.
No.
No.
Shout
No,
out.
I remember
to,
Paul Reed.
Yeah, another good name.
And also, for some reason, I read Blue Demon and thought immediately of Duke. And not DePaul, because DePaul is not a basketball school. And we know this.
They
This
haven't
we know.
been for a while.
Yeah, well, there's a stat now. After Gonzaga went down, they're the 5th team to lose as a number 1 seed, or they've lost 5 times now as a number 1 seed. And DePaul is the second most with 4. 4 losses as a number 1 overall seed.
Brutal.
All right, now
I
I'm
think
going
it's
to
in, like,
really
the
show
Sweet
my
16.
age to you guys. I remember watching DePaul beat Georgetown or play. Did they lose that game against Georgetown? This is like early 80s, and I was at like Showbiz Pizza, or maybe it was Chuck E. Cheese.
Hell
I don't
yeah.
know. Playing video games, and then there was a big screen watching the DePaul game.
Was that Mark
was-
Aguirre?
It might have been then, or might have been Rod Strickland. I don't know. This is like the Ray Meyer era.
You say Wake Forest?
No, Georgetown. I think it's like 82, maybe. I don't know.
The Georgetown teams back then were good.
Well,
Like,
Oh yeah,
really
it was
good.
DePaul. It was DePaul and Georgetown. They were like huge. Yeah.
so
Interesting.
yeah, I don't. Did they ever play? They didn't ever play Georgetown in the tournament.
You're saying
they
I
played
don't
Georgia
remember
Tech.
You're saying I'm not remembering this correctly?
Yeah. What about 1991? Number 9 DePaul versus number 8 Georgia Tech, losing 87-70
No,
in 1991.
it's the 80s. It's a long time ago. Whatever. I don't know. I remember DePaul playing, and I was at Showbiz Pizza playing video games, playing like Pac-Man, things like that.
This,
Were they supposed to win?
Yeah. It might have been Mark Aguirre era. I don't know. I'm very old. I'll stop
I'm
talking.
just trying to help out. They lost to UCLA, St. Joseph's, Boston College, Wake Forest, Syracuse, Duke, LSU. Nothing rings about Kansas State.
I don't know.
All right.
Whatever.
Well, we're done
Ray
anyways.
Meyer Pizza.
We got all of our bets out.
All I know is everyone in the chat, me and Sean, we are riding Miami tonight, whether it's to win or to cover and win by 4 points or more.
Yeah, we're excited for Jim Larinaga. We're Jim Larinaga stands. We're Jim Larinaga heads. We know that there's dozens of you out there. Larinatics. Those Larinatics are strong out there. So we're really pulling you for you, Jim Larinaga.
Yes, what he said.
Right, Cody?
Yes.
I'm trying to add up how much money I can win if all my bets hit. If I have a Cody night where I go 4-0, what I could come in on Monday with my bank at, and it's going to be 1643. That's a pretty nice return there. I could turn $7 into $16, which I'll take.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm going to have bets tomorrow and Sunday, so
Right.
I'm hoping to come back with more than 112.
I'm hoping to come in with more than 0. This has been CHGO Bets Daily, presented by PointsBet. Use promo code CHGO to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. As you see on the screen, follow Cody Delmendo at Cody_CHGO. Follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Follow the show on Twitter at CHGO_bets. Follow CHGO on Twitter at CHGO_sports. And we have to thank everyone in the chat, Newman, Charlie, Natalie, all you people for participating, especially on National Peacock Day. But
Hell
most
yeah,
importantly,
Let's go.
my mom needs to thank Lawrence for his nice, kind words about me having a gambling problem. Thank you, Law Dog, for your
got him.
producing.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a great weekend. Hopefully you win some money. Thank you for watching CHGO Bets Daily.